Hey, what's up everybody, ForneverWorld here. And before I jump into the video, I just want to take you back a little bit. About 5-10 years ago or so, about 10 years more or less. I was a young kid at the time, about 10 years old or so, 10 years ago. And, I used to come from school, rush home, sit down, eat some food, relax, then wait for a special block on TV to play. It was called Toonami. A lot of people can relate to this story that I'm saying. I used to wait so I could see my Dragon Ball Z episodes every day, between that block. They had amazing programs, this block. And, to this day, those times, those periods of my life are very special to me because, it was just part of my routine every day. I had to get home to watch that Dragon Ball Z episode, the Saiyaman Saga, the Cell stuff. And also on weekends, I would, when I was younger, go to my grandmother's house and hang out with all my cousins. And, when midnight came, they had the Toonami Midnight Run. And that was just one of the greatest times ever when I was younger. Because, when you're young, you just have so much fun when you're a kid. Especially when you're with all your cousins and you're all going crazy, having fun. And they used to play the Midnight Run, Toonami Midnight Run. And they had this thing called Dragon Ball Z again, this show. A lot of people know what Dragon Ball Z is, of course, but I'm giving you the story. And they used to play the Cell Saga, and I wasn't the biggest familiar with it at the time because Dragon Ball Z from '96, I was on and off watching it. I saw a little bit of the Saiyan Saga, and I would come back and then watch a little more. So I used to watch the Cell Saga, and it was just the greatest thing ever in my opinion. It was, at the time, I thought there was nothing that could beat this type of stuff. And to this day that still kind of holds up. Fast forward years later, and this became a powerhouse. Dragon Ball Z beat out The Simpsons, which is a huge accomplishment, and it became a staple. You gotta watch Toonami after coming from school, so you can know what to talk about. Everybody's like, oh, we're gonna watch Toonami, and it was a great time. Years later, a lot of things changed. They still had Dragon Ball Z, but they added a bunch of other powerhouses. They added One Piece. They added Zatch Bell. They had Naruto. And, as the times kept going, things changed. Eventually, this legendary block went down. And, it was canceled, the last thing. A lot of people felt heartbroken, but, it was a great time, and it always will remain in our hearts as one of the greatest things. Now, to jump into the video, Neo Toonami. Probably the most pointless thing. Yes, we are jumping into the video, people. The most pointless thing ever. I'm going to give you a little facts of some stuff, and you're going to understand what I mean of why Neo Toonami is pointless. First of all, a site called Toonami Aftermath been doing what Neo Toonami is trying to do for years. They've been putting good stuff on there for years, so automatically Neo Toonami is pointless. You want Neo Toonami? Go to Justin TV. They stream a ton of stuff if you want to see all that stuff. There's DVDs now. The trend of putting a schedule and stuff for you to watch your, like running home after school to go watch that is kind of dying out. Even kids nowadays, oh, I want to see that, it's on DVD, or oh, they'll show reruns later, or oh, I can go on the internet and watch it, etc. That era is done. Toonami had its run. It was at a time where the internet wasn't really that big. It was like, at the most you would download music and stuff, but you couldn't stream really that well, and it wasn't a big deal. But Toonami's era is done. This Neo Toonami is just really pointless. A lot of people are talking about it like it's the next big thing. It's not. Let our legacy, our generation, let Toonami die, let it be, let it stay in the past as a legend. Don't try to run this name into the ground, I've seen the clip of it, it looks cool or whatever, but come on, honestly, what's the point of it? Really, what's the point of it? We don't really need that. Like, okay, myself, maybe it's not targeted at myself, because me personally, I watch DVDs, I buy DVDs, I buy the Blu-rays, etc. I don't need it. And same thing with a lot of kids too. Nobody's really trying to cater to a specific time in their days anymore. Not even kids. It's like, oh, well, I could be doing something else, etc. That time is over. The internet has changed times. Nobody's gonna want to rush to watch Neo Toonami or whatever, I feel like they're running our legacy, our favorite thing, into the ground. And I wouldn't have ranted on this You know, I would have just let it be. You know, a lot of people are talking about it. I would have let it be, let them fall on their face. But then I go to the website, I look around, and I see a donations thing on there. Donate for what? For what? What are you guys doing that I can't, or anybody else, any of these kids can't do on their own? Go to Justin TV, go to any of these streaming sites, go find it. What are you doing? What service are you providing other than beating a dead horse? Toonami is done. People need to understand that it's done. It needs to stay where it was. It was classic. It'll always remain in our hearts, but it's done. You know, we got Toonami now trying to do this. You know, you want to go see some cartoons or whatever, you want to see Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever, go to 4kids.tv shows or whatever. They have a ton of stuff. I'll link it down there so you can go check it out. We don't need Neo Toonami. Like, you know, it's just the donations thing is what kind of got ticked me off. Like, why are you need donations? What are you doing that these kids or any of these people can't do on their own? You're not doing much. You know, you're putting a little promo together, putting a little voice actor with a little filter over it. Oh, Toonami is back. Let Toonami rest in peace. Let it be what, you know, it was. Let it die. You know what I'm saying? I'm really at a loss with this. Like, people need to chill out, relax. This is not the coming of Toonami. Toonami's gone. We gotta let it go. Times have changed, you know. People want to go watch Dragon Ball Z. There's 8 million ways to watch Dragon Ball Z. 8 million of them. Kai is playing on 2 networks. You know, people want to watch you know, I seen a couple of things. They got Powerpuff Girls Z. You know, and they're doing Toonami wrong. Powerpuff Girls Z on Toonami? When was that on Toonami? Like, the stuff that they're airing is ridiculous. You know, kids are gonna do what they want anyway, but the donations bar kind of grossed me out. Like, you guys don't need any donations. You don't deserve any donations. You're not doing anything that these kids can't get anywhere else all over the internet. There's tons of places they can watch this stuff, even legally. Alright, so stop with the Neo Toonami stuff. Toonami was a legend. It'll always remain in our hearts, but it's done. It's done. It's done. People need to realize that, and then we can move forward from here. This is just my mini rant on Neo Toonami and, you know, the stupidity of what it is. People been doing this for years, okay? Toonami Aftermath been doing this for years. They got a better lineup, and you know, you want to go? It's been around for years. What are you doing that's different that you guys deserve donations? You guys don't deserve anything. But that's all I have for this video, people. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for this thing that you can do anywhere else? Neo Toonami? You can do that anywhere else. Justin TV is one click away. You don't gotta, you know, it's not that you're forced to do donations either on Neo Toonami, but that is the most low-down thing in my opinion. You're trying to take money for just streaming some stuff that you have on your hard drive or whatever. Come on. Get out of here. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm ForneverWorld, and have an awesome day, people.